Right, so are we back on? We're broadcasting. Second time lucky. Where are we? I need the chat open. Chat. I'm back. This is a new stream, guys, and me. We're just waiting for an Andy. Oh, right, okay. Highland of Smiles and Barry. Hopefully you can hear me. Better, nice clear picture. Ah. I'm still fiddling. Me chat. They don't make it easy, do they? Right, okay, got me chat. Right, that's confused everybody, isn't it? I had 9 people on there just now. Let's have a quick sound off. Sound off. Sound off. 1, 2, 3. Who's here? Shannon, Barry, Simon. Is that it? Anybody else? I have 9 people. Oh, still got 9. Got 9 again. Anyway, where was I before I was rudely interrupted by bad internet? It's Jamie. Jamie. Hey. So I was talking about, oh yeah, my long day and working in the, oh yes, I was going to go to the prison as well. Going to prison. Naughty boy. And but it's actually quite good money if I get it, so it'd be good. It won't pay for Thailand though, which is unfortunate. So I got home, had curry. I fancied a curry, so I had a curry. Yummy curry. And if anybody would like me to sing, I will survive. In order for me to sing, I need to have PayPal donations. So if you want to give me some donations to help the channel, then I will give you a donation. At first I was afraid I was. There's the first line. If you want the second line and any other lines, then it will, you need link down below. And if that is not then I'm a Scotsman. Anyway, I'm gonna say, what are we doing here on a Wednesday? Because my live stream Saturday evening, I decided, I was looking at them lovely stats today and yesterday, the day before, and like I said to you in the last stream, it's all about and watch time. And when you do a live stream, sorry Shannon, I forgot that you're Scottish. I'm all right, yeah, I'll just leave it like that. I'm a Smurf. I mentioned Smurf because of Big Brother. I don't know. Hands up if you watch Big Brother. No. Nobody in their right mind. So, because I'm actually in my right mind. Because I had TV, so I watched it. But they've decided to fake blue. and I literally mean, you know, this bar along here, this blue, that colour blue. Anyway, so she could be a Smurf. And now I've forgotten what I was talking about. I've got this, what's it called? Oh yeah, memory loss. Simon, what was I just saying? Tell me now. How a delay between me talking and you typing. So we have to wait a minute. Or oh, come on, you can't read that now. Stats. Oh yes, stats. So the idea is that to regardless of what people say, it's all about numbers. So to get more people, we need to have views and watch time and everything else. So the best way is live streams. They generate a lot of watch time, and they really help the and that's it. I do have a big apology on the last live stream. I went off about TubeBuddy and this is poor. It's pretty poor journalism because I took and I listened to and I believed everything that was cool, and they're all wrong. They're all totally wrong. Video, you cannot get kicked off YouTube for using items. They are for creators mainly. The thumbnail generator and other tools you can use, and they are very good. In fact, I use vidiq because I refuse to pay for TubeBuddy because vidiq gives you a lot more. Anyway, listening to Daryl Eves, who made this video about TubeBuddy. He made it. But I sort of went off on one because I had my facts wrong. And if you do the research, I actually did some more research, and I actually emailed the companies that run them, and I put it to them that they could tell me you kicked off or not, and they are actually YouTube certified companies. So they're likely, but they're not gonna. But what they didn't say was, if you do stuff wrong, such as double tag, which is putting tags into the actual description box, then that is an infringement of the rules, and you will get kicked off for that. Tagging is legal. Using Tube and vidiq is not. So I apologize to those, and I am really sorry for making a journalistic cock up by not investigating it properly. You have to have your, because if you go off on one, then you're liable to get people and it's official. I have just confirmed that vidiq and TubeBuddy are okay to use as a YouTube creator. Yeah. And I have, by the way, if anybody wants the email, then you can have that, a copy of that. But if you don't forget, if you infringe the other rules, off, so don't do it. So it's live streams they're fun, and possibly, if you're lucky, you might get I Will Survive. Where to find There's your first line. Oh, down below. Now, what we're going to talk about today. Right, okay. So I have a few subjects, one of which, look. Hello, 10 viewers. Jamie and Shannon and Steve and Simon and who else? Give me a sign one more time. We got all night. I won't for long. Aha, ha, ha. Pumpy, my mate, Pumpy. Good to see you on this channel. You're so famous in the live stream world. Oh, well, good. Wow, fantastic. Brilliant. I am very happy. So what we're going to talk about is Thai ladies. Oh my God, where do I begin? Thai ladies. Or rather, what we're talking about is, in general, Thai ladies, not any specific Thai ladies. I have one of my own. Yes, I do. I have one of my own. And let me just say that me and Simon will be we'll be doing a live stream at some point in the future, promoting a sort of a dating thing. I think it's okay to mention that at the moment, but it's still in the come on. We'll be able to talk to some ladies. You'll be able to talk to some ladies, hopefully, and but in the meantime, when you're talking to ladies, remember there are a few annoying things that you will find. It's official. I am about to have a rant about Thai ladies. They do my head in. They really do my head in. And favorite phrase of a Thai lady or a Thai wife is, you, darling. Just think about those words for a second and imagine the scenario. Wife, and you say to your wife, darling, I'd like to go to this restaurant tonight. Oh, San Diego. Would you like to go to this thing, or would you like to go to insert own item? Up to you, darling. Frustratingly annoying that is. So, and if you say, well, I would like to go to this one, when you get there, she'll say, oh, I don't like this one. I wanted to go to the other one. Doubly frustrating, doubly annoying. And yes, so that's just one aspect. Now, that's not being very serious. Thai ladies, you're going to have to get really used to if you do as a girlfriend, shall we say, if you have a Thai lady as a wag. So, well, G before I've said. I don't know what you like. Oh yes, Mrs. Me. So that you're going to have to get used to is telling porcupines. Yes, telling porcupines. They will swear blind to you last week is what they're telling you now. But even if you have it in writing, ticket, you'll never be right. It's always make it up. I'm going to say the word, I was going to say the word lie then, but to them, it's probably more of a, yeah, a truth, sort of a exaggeration. Normal human beings, it's a lie. They tell lies. Big whoppers. Oh my goodness, do they ever? But you have to get used to that, because if they tell you something, and I would suggest that you do so and try and find out from other methods that if it's true or not, because it probably isn't true. So, any other items that we need to worry about? Yes, we do. They have a little bit of a temper on them, as for those vloggers here. If you are aware of a certain vlogger, no longer mentioned, who suffered some abuse, a big butch bloke like him got beat up by a woman. I mean, that's not very politically correct, is it? I don't care. You have a temper on them, and it's made even worse when they have a little drinky poo. Oh my goodness me, have I had some tongue lashing? Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not big tongue lashing as in a, okay, I know what you like. So they can have a little temper, and as I say, when they're drinking, isn't that often. They don't drink that much. I wouldn't say that every day is excessive. You think that's excessive? No, I think that's about right. When they tell you, I don't drink, because they are actually, they shouldn't drink. If they are truly, they shouldn't drink. So they do, and they drink, but they drink every day. Yeah, and they drink whiskey, and the Thai whiskey is quite nice. It rots your brain. It really does. It rot. That's probably why I can't remember or anything. By the way, if anybody wants to leave any comments down the side there, any questions, then feel free to use the keyboard and type away. To be gone quiet. I know you're listening to Thai ladies. The whole thing is that when they do have a little bit of snot on, and they sort of have a temper, what they do is this. And all you can see is the back of their head. San Diego, do you drink a lot at all? I will drink exclusively in Thailand. If I drink there, I will have usually have the whiskey. Yeah, I don't really partake. Land of Smiles, that's better. Andy, facing the other way. You can go off people very quickly. What can I say? I can sing a song. Anybody want? We've got I Will Survive lined up. And then you need to go down to the link down below and make it happen. I was afraid. I was petrified. Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you here up in Udon Town. Sawadee and Sawadee Mai, as they say in Thailand and UK. Lovely to see you all. Oh, I better not talk about Thai ladies now. There's a Thai lady. Can we move on from that to the idea of yes. Thing is, Simon, you know too much. We were talking about just now with while I was eating my curry. There's this thing about outside Sainsbury's. There's a big poster. It's a big poster advertising Men Cup, which is mainly for people with learning difficulties, Down syndrome, those disabilities. And it's a big poster there saying, I'll try and do the pose as well. It was like, I was thinking, what are they say there? What are they trying to say? And along with that, and the idea that we were talking about this with Simon and there's a lot of it about on the news, in Facebook and things like this, the abuse of basically of the abuse of disabled people in the UK. Somebody was actually, I think they were, I can't remember what they were doing, but they were attacked, and there was another one where it was just and they in a wheelchair and they got attacked. And a lot of things are, whether it's because it's fairly isolated and what occurrence may newsworthy. You don't know how many there are in the UK, but it does seem like that the abuse numbers is going up. And we were talking about the correct terminology, and people, well, Simon told me this story. The joke, I didn't actually know the joke until I thought about it, and I went, no, because it's not really funny. But the word that was being used was the S word, if you can imagine that. The Charity Society many years ago, and of course they changed that name, Spastic Society, to scope implications of the word spastic, a form of abuse and a form of abuse, basically calling people spastic. Now, I have noticed that the age group of 20, 25, it's because my nephew friends heard it around quite a lot, and they call people spastic. But the problem to them, well, I hope it does anyway, but the idea is, oh, okay, Barry, see you in a minute, see you a bit. So the idea is that people using the wrong terminology. Fair, I don't really care what you call me, because it's only a name. you know, I could probably punch your face in. That's the wrong thing to say on there, isn't it? Hey, I don't care. I am a 6-dan black belt, so watch out. But the fact that we were talking about on the last live stream about being respect and you know, consideration, and it sort of falls into that category. You have to go to sleep. 12:35. Well, for coming and going on the live stream, thank you for coming, and good night to you. Okay, take care. I talk to you again on Facebook and YouTube. Okay. Sleep well. So people have this this terminology that they use. So this poster was, I actually thought, somebody with Down syndrome, and he's sort of saying, but what exactly are you bringing on? And I couldn't work out what the purpose of that campaign is, whether it's to bring on money, bring on people's attitudes, I don't know. So it's quite challenging. San Diego, have you ever fought anyone? Oh, well. Do you want to have a fight? I don't mind. Put them up. Spastic Simon, that's very clever. Relating to noting a form of muscle weakness. And it's typical of cerebral palsy caused by damage to the brain. Say that quite a lot to me. They say you have it, you're actually damaged in the brain, but not for that reason, for another reason. and it involves reflex resistance to passive movement of the limbs and difficulty in initiating control. Or my goodness me, that is hard to read. God. Yes, you're right. What as we call it, is several different types, several different versions of it, and you can have a mix of all of them if you're unlucky enough. My one, say, is CP, is called athetoid arthritis, athetoid CP. So athetoid, just sort of uncontrollable movements, muscle control, muscle tone. There's usually a degree of severity. If you would maybe a 3 or 4 or maybe a 5, I'm not very high on that level. Quite lucky, really, because it could be worse. I could be in a wheelchair forever and not be able to talk or move. But there are actually quite a lot of famous people. One of them is comedian. Well, there's a couple of comedians. I don't know if you know, if you watch YouTube, you'll know there's there's an American one who actually won a competition, and he was I think he was a right-sided CP. Yes, has right CP on the right side, a weakness. So the word spastic has been used in medical sense in the 18th century, which is quite nice. And then in the 70s, it became a term of abuse, mainly by children, directed to anybody who was a bit stupid, incompetent, which is why the 20-somethings of today, that's what they refer to when they use it. They say you're an idiot or you're stupid. So they used to call you a spastic instead. It is was offense. It's a bit like idea of and you use the naughty word with them. It's not quite as that, because it's not really a issue thing, but you could sort of equate it to that sort of level of abuse. And retard and moron used to be scientific terms too. Yes, indeed they did. They needed a Latin word sounding terms. Quite right. Of one side of the body, early 17th century modern Latin from the Greek. Half struck. So there's, it goes back a long way. However, it's when the terms and the words are in the alternative text, as it were. So they are used to be offensive. This is where people make the mistake of using them against people when, I mean, to call me a spastic because I am. It's like call their friends a spastic, but the term of that is using it. So it's all very interesting, and I just trying to work out why this poster was around, and I really couldn't work out why. So, daft definition: anybody who encourages or listens to Wright singing. And of course, oh right, okay, San Diego says that word means nothing in America. But then the Americans, they use handicapped, which basically, whereas we use disability or disabled, and they use handicapped. If the problem is, I don't play golf. You've got a golf handicap. So I suppose if you look at the word handicap, I suppose handicap is a politer word, because it just means, well, if you're talking about golf, it just means that you're slightly advantaged in your ability. So we don't use that word. And all right, so you use that's a good thing. I don't know whether there's any sort of crossover with that, but I know the majority of is generally got part. I borrowed one. Oh yeah. Yeah, I suppose you're right, yeah. Like disabled vets, yeah. I suppose you wouldn't say that they were handicapped vets, would you? No, disabled. See, the word disabled, yeah, and handicapped, to me, they have different meanings. Yeah, it's quite interesting. So Bumpy, is in Australia, so things are so PC here. You dare not use words even, oh, everyone is just that bloke or lady. Oh, that bloke over there, that lady over there. Yeah. So there is actually a point. You're quite right, Pumpy. It does get a bit too far. As I said earlier, I don't care what you call me. You know, call me whatever you like, and people generally do, because it's all about a name. But I think that has gone a bit too far. We don't want to offend anybody. It's just like really silly. We are human beings after all. Yeah, we're all the same. And you had a comment, which I will mention it because he called me a stupid moron retard. So apart from mixing his metaphors, to actually be an imbecile retard moron, I would have to be really, really thick. I don't want to brag about it, but my IQ is 161. So I could be classed as a retard or a moron. Bragging, that's just telling you where it is. And wasn't really upset about it. I just thought you're an idiot because you're just a bigot, yeah? And a discriminating human being who really needs a smack in the mouth. Sorry, I'm getting very violent. Because at the end of the day, we are human beings and have feelings. We are no different to anybody else. And I did mention on a video that I made, and somebody picked up on it in comments. I have no idea why I'm making videos, because I really hate two things. I hate hearing my voice on video, and I hate looking at myself on video. I hate both of those things. And what's worse than that dream, having to look at myself whilst I'm doing the live stream. Probably partly the reason why, if you look at some of my videos, it's probably why I'm doing this all the time, looking around like this, because I don't want to look at the camera. I don't want to look at me. So it took me a long time to get over that fact of being sort of, oh my God, conscious. I'm back. What have I missed? You've missed quite a lot. I was in the live stream comes live. Now we got rid of that. I don't mean that, but now our Thai lady is gone. Udon Thani. So we can talk about Thai ladies again. So everybody hates them watching and listening to themselves. Yeah, you're right. And then Steve, he hates. It's not my teeth, by the way. I'm running them in. Yeah, it's all right, Pumpy. For that, mate. You love watching yourself. You'll be all right. The channel is quite good because you don't really. I don't think you look at yourself in the picture, do you? You've got your sort of pull down. I can't remember which one it is, but you get your picture here. Look. Sorry, I just shoved my finger in your face then. Sorry about that. Ladies, Thai ladies. Oh my God, where do we begin? Where do we begin? Is anybody gonna sing in? At first I was afraid, I was petrified. I'm usually too busy rolling cigarettes to look at the screen. Yes. It's official. She has left the building. Is restarting his rant. Yes, I am. Oh, I don't know. So what you might find is that you have a Thai lady. Jamie, are you still here, Jamie? Because you've got a Thai lady, haven't you? You've got a Thai lady. I think you need to tell us all about your Thai lady. But what you will find is that trying to control what is outside of your control. Being people who have nothing more to offer the world other than their negative viewpoints. Not me. Obi-Wan Kenobi, because you are so wise. In fact, Yoda. Simon Yoda. I'm not Yoda anymore. Tell us the story of the phone and the pawn shop. Oh, yeah, you put the wrong word. We're excited then. I thought, can't talk about pawn on my channel. P-A-W-N. Yes. So what you will find is that what will happen is that they will ask you for some money, but they won't. What they will say, can you help me? Darling, what would you like? Oh, I want phone. Phone. Oh no, I want new phone. Why? What's wrong with your old phone? Oh, it's broken. How did you break it? I dropped it. We go to the shop and we'll get it repaired for you. No good, no good. I want new phone. Go on for a few days. No, no, no. And you'll say, no, no, no. And she'll say, I want new phone. You will say, no, no, no. And then eventually you'll buy a new phone, all right? New phone. Darling, can you help me? What do you want? I want to pay for electric bill. So I have no money left. Can't give you any money. Sorry. Oh, darling, you not help me. You not love me. You not give me money. Yes, I love you, darling, but I can't give you any money. You're horrible. You get it? So this went on for a long while, and eventually she no money. I don't phone you anymore. I not have credit. Well, when will you have credit? I don't know. I don't know when I talk to you. Oh, okay. So later, out that because she borrowed her mum's phone. Okay. So, it's your phone. I put in pawn shop. Why? I want money. Oh, okay. Where is phone? In pawn shop. I want for phone. I want 4,000 baht. Any money? Help me get phone. I want phone. Oh my God. Guys, be prepared. You will have major issues. Any phone, it will be a brand new thing that she'll want. And because the internet over there is 20 baht per day. You can have, and I'm thinking you can't afford 20 baht to your husband. But you can on Sunday and lose. But that's another story. Bingo! Afternoon in the family house. A go. So, anyway, let me just say, Pawn Shop has had a good time, some money, and she hopefully, which was quite a nice Samsung. So we'll just do the. So Shannon, do you know the thing I hate about being disabled and having mobility problems? Yes, I do. It's drop curbs. Yes, there aren't enough of them. Anyway, Pumpy, if Tiger wants a phone, don't buy a 200 baht one from Tuckom. I get angrier than if you had not bought one at all. Unfortunately, my wife's phone was I know price 15,000 baht for a phone, and then her cheeky mother. Oh dear me, her cheeky mother. She said to me, "Take me shopping." I thought, oh yeah, cheeky mother. She said, phone. Okay. Yeah, well, you're not having a 15,000 baht phone. A 3,500 baht phone. That'll do you. All right, so we got that. And went to the big C, got into the big round, and she's going, this one over here. So she ended up having a slightly cheaper phone, but there you go. So generous Farang, and some would say completely stupid, but I can tell you now, don't make the same mistakes that I did, because you will regret it more than I do, because I'm telling you now that the idea is that you try and avoid it. Don't do it. Think about it. Obviously think about the good point is perhaps you need to a future little project that we've got going, me and Simon, going to be doing some dating where you can meet up and talk with some ladies, hopefully. So that'd be good. We are sometime very, very soon, so that'd be good. And it'll be a live stream with real Thai ladies, not the pretend ones. I can't really say any more than that because I've probably said too much already, and Simon will be giving me a fikir. So I'm not going to talk about that. Well, it is what we're talking about. Oh yes, I'm singing this song. Because it's I Will Survive, and it's Gloria Gaynor. So if you want it, you know what to do. Oh, we've got some obscene language going on. Thank you, Simon. So what we're talking about is today, oh my goodness me, this. We've got a new series. If you haven't seen it already, as a new series started today. This is the Cornwall caper. Cornwall caper happened. I had a week out in Cornwall, and I made episodes. So I hope you enjoy that. That'll be a good 3 months series. Starting off with Bude, and I've just seen that there was a comment saying that there's more to Bude than what I showed. See it. Basically, I didn't actually see it, and they do have several. San Diego wants to know the story of your first trip to Thailand. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that, San Diego. I was reading the very good thing that I've not told many people about. I know Simon Lander Smiles is bored out of his head hearing about it, but yes, we touched on it in the last video, because I'm just going to give you an update for my wife's. As you know, my wife's sister has a new boyfriend, a Ferran, and he is a back surgeon. Now, if anybody knows about surgery, and I'll tell you how much they're on per year. Age 140,000, which works out about £1,000 a week for me. For the first time, and you meet a lady, and you've got plenty of money to flash around. You can Phuket several times. You can go to once. You can yes, and probably buy jewelry. Your new girlfriend of a week. That yes, darling, you're going to come to England. You're going to live with me in the UK, and it's all going to be very, very happy. And if you've got that sort of cash, then you know, good luck to you. But to be honest with you, living in a cloud cuckoo, that's concerned, because I remember my very first trip, October 14. I'm gonna have some. Keep me with soup going. He went to the up in, and I met and his wife, and for 10 days altogether. The first 4 or 5 days to the agency office and meeting the ladies, and I met about 4 or 5 ladies while I was there. Dates, some of which were very interesting, and Thai ladies. We went. I had one lady who partially disabled in the legs and the feet. They thought it'd be quite a nice idea for. What's that? Oh, you're talking to Pumpy. Because we'd have something in common. So we went out for a date. We went up to the Central Plaza in Udon and a little wander around. The idea would be that we would have dinner, go and on the bus back to where we were. Well, and the ladies got no English at all, and she says, "Home," and they went, "Oh, what?" Because I had no Thai at the time, and I don't mean one of these. Okay, before anybody get any funny ideas, I know what you. So I said, "Phone Graham." So she phoned, and Graham had to come back out, and pick us up. So that date was really, really good. We had been on one other date in a restaurant in the hotel, so we had a bit of a meal. So that was the second date with her, but obviously she changed her mind for whatever reason, I don't know. The last date I had on day 6 was with my current wife. She had come up 2 days before and then gone home, and then come up again Wednesday that she came up, and then we went off downtown and had some lunch and had a little wander around. In Udon, sorry, in where we were, Kumpawa, there's a park got wild monkeys in it. So if you go onto my website, Andy Wright online, sorry, Andy Wright Travel, .co.uk, I put some photos on there of Thailand trip number 1. And before anybody says that Thailand trip number 1 and Thailand trip number 2 have the same photos, I haven't done that yet. But you can see that there's a photo there of the monkey park that we went to. At the time, when I went in October, I was less mobile. So I had my walking frame. So it was quite difficult to get around, and I really couldn't walk. But we did have 7 trips out. We did go out to the Tesco Lotus, which was a little way away, and we got on a tuk-tuk, which was fun. Trying to get on a tuk-tuk with this to climb up on it because I can't move. My walking frame on this tuk-tuk was quite funny. Anyway, we got to the Tesco Lotus, had a little wander around, and then came out and got the tuk-tuk back to the office and carried on from there. We decided that it was all okay. we arranged to go to Udon Thani and stay there for 4 days in the hotel. Can't remember what it's called, but it was a very, very nice hotel for 3 or 4 days. I can't remember, 3 or 4 days, I think. And then I had to get my plane home from the airport. Luckily, I was going from Udon to London, and it was a direct, and then I didn't have to get my luggage to Konkan from Bangkok. You have your luggage at Bangkok and then check in again. Level 4. It's a real pain in the bum. But Udon Thani seemed to have this arrangement. They can, and then you don't see your bag, which I think is quite good. But normally I go to Konkan, which is obviously having to land, going to domestic departures, and then booking again. And it's always fun. I always use the disability services there. Come to the aircraft and they pick you up, you down to the check-in region. One of the problems I did have, I think it was actually on the December trip, because I obviously went home in October, and 3 months then to sort of think about it, think about the relationship that we had or not, and we were talking Skype every day, 2 or 3 times a day. If you can imagine that, trying to talk to somebody that doesn't really have very good English, by the way, then difficult it was to have a conversation about anything, but to cope quite well. So in the end, I decided that I would go back and stay for Christmas and New Year. And I'd also, San Diego, was I using an interpreter? No, I wasn't. I was using, I tell you what, you can do quite a lot, yeah. Because it was actually, I told her a little bit of a porky pie. It was, I use Messenger, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Messenger stickers. But we did have some help from the agency. They were quite good with that. If we did have any sort of serious problems, then it was easy to solve. And yes, it's called Tanglish. Yeah. But nowadays, not brilliant English, but a lot more. Decided that I was going to make the commitment, and we were going to have this relationship. And I went back in December, so 3 months later, every day, 2 or 3 times a day, and basically with the intention of suggesting that we getting married and getting a visa and getting her to come here to the UK. That was the plan. and it was a good plan. The circumstances, as some of you will realise, come out. Steve, would I use the train again to get to Heathrow? The answer is a big fat would not. Effing the backside. That is what I will say. And because of my decreasing mobility, I found it really, really hard. And it was actually quite difficult when the route that I was given was supposed to be step 3, and the guy said, right, we got to go up there, across there. Flipping. In fact, if you want to watch the video, you can watch it on series 3, Thailand video. It's I think it's two-part series, that one. Just getting to the airport. December trip was Christmas, and of course a stupid farang. I thought buy them some presents, so the kids had presents, the parents had presents, every Tom, Dick and Harry presents. My goodness me, my case was and it was full of presents. I had no room for my clothes. You stupid. Yeah, but you know, how do you learn unless you do it, or unless somebody tells you? I had no experience. The agency guy, as you can probably guess now, didn't help me at all, didn't advise me, didn't give me any advice at all, which is why I don't want him at all to anybody. Basically, it's just a complete waste of time. It's there for some money. Surprise, surprise. So I arrived, and first the family in Thailand, because October, and my wife in Udon Thani. So first time met the family. I had met them online, so I didn't know who they were, and they knew they could see me, and I'd seen the house, I lived, and everything else. So basically, it was a shock. Was what you call too many people in the house. So oh, when I booked it, it was a nice room. It was full of mozzies, and I just kept on getting bitten every night. You know, I had my covers up to here, and they would bite my head. It was like there was nothing you could do about it. We asked them, and they said, "Yeah, fine." They gave us another room, and then the bathroom shower blocked up, and we had flooding, so we had to move again. It's not much good. Can we have our money back? We'll go somewhere else. And they said, on your bike. So we had to stay there. It wasn't very good. That hotel was called the B2. the B2, it's in Tonkin. There, it was 15,000 baht. Pretty reasonable. I wouldn't. So the whole Christmas thing, and the other fact, was a really good time. I had a really good time. But you know, when you're the Farang and you turn up in the first thing that they're going to do is, oh right, okay, let's get some food. Let's have some food. Oh, by the way, you're paying. Okay, fair enough. You know, you're the visitor. There's many stories about who pays Farang in a Thai, and the answer is always the Thai do not pay, because you are the guest. You are the person seen to be. You know, that's why you have to look at some of the traditions of Thailand. Some of my friends tell me, hogwash, I would never stamp for that. I would never give any money to my girlfriend. I would never pay for any meals, and I would never pay for the wedding dowry. I would never do this. I would never do that. And I'm thinking, why are you bothering coming to Thailand to get a Thai wife then? If you're not going to embrace the Thai culture to a certain degree, then saying no, rude. Look, unfortunately, they don't do a lot of cooking. Thai families, they do buy a lot of takeaway food, but it's freshly cooked, and it's not like McDonald's. And in actual fact, you can buy away food cheaper than you can buy food and cook it yourself. So 20, 40 baht, 100 baht, whatever, is only 2 or 3 or 4 pounds for that. So we go to the restaurant, which is where we are now. The restaurant, and the whole, and you think to yourself that you've got your mum and dad, you've got your wife, girlfriend, whatever, you've got sisters, you've got the brother, you've got the children, girlfriend of, and you've got all these people. There's about 12. So we go to this restaurant. Remember, this is my second time in Thailand. I don't know anything about anything. No idea what the etiquette is. What I've been told, or what I've looked up. Very much. So we have this fantastic meal. What they were quite a number of dishes. So you know, you might have pork, you have rice, you have probably have seafood as well, because you're paying. Prawns, they'll have probably have crab. They'll have a fish. Whatever fish it is. But and then sort of some oven. It's on a grill, but you share it. So basically, you have all the people around the table, and you can have whatever you like. You know, bit of this, bit of that. The find is that you'll find that as you're eating your food, you'll probably see, oh look, and another 2 or 3 family members have come in, and what they would do is they just order what they want. Of course, you don't realise after 2 years, you know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to come in, they're going to order. You're going to, and when it gets to the point where the family members who were in Bangkok, they arrived, they ate, and then they left. Oh, now, but in the UK, that's quite rude. But that's what we're talking about, the Thai culture here. So it's standard thing to do. So we have this restaurant of 14 people, probably 1, 2, 3, 4 children. They don't really eat much, and then oh yeah, the beer and the whiskey and the ice, because they charge when you have a bucket of ice. The ice. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Thai food. Thai food is, but the problem is once you've had it, you then have to have some more, because it's food. And what happens is because they use MSG in it, and it doesn't last very long, very quickly. So come to the end of the evening, and the bill comes. This is my first, and it was 6,000 baht. That is like, it was 50 baht, so 100 and something pounds, which equivalent meal in the UK would have been way higher. The amount of stuff that we had, and whiskey and everything else, it was horrendous. So there's me with my airport. I got some money out in the airport because I didn't like going to the ATM with everybody behind me, like looking how much money you've got and how much money you get out of the ATM, because then they know roughly what they can get from you in a sort of a roundabout way. Do it and then have it in the wallet and then not worry about it. So a lot on the very first night, and then during the 8 days that I was there, it went all the way over to Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve as well. I was there for New Year. One of the interesting when we were there, Christmas Eve it was, in Udon Thani, they have outside the Central Plaza, they had a like a music festival, Christmas tree, and lots of drinking, lots of beer, lots of whiskey, and I went with basically everybody, sisters, friends and sisters. There was me, my wife, there was her brothers, big table. And of course, they were beer. Most of them had this, you can buy this big tanker, and it's got a tap on it, and you just pour your own beer, basically. So we had one of those. I think they were going on for, I think, but yeah, you've got loads of beer, absolutely, literally, probably a gallon of beer, I think. And they were all getting very drunk, very easy, because the Thai people can't hold their drink, not very well, and they get drunk as a skunk. I'm thinking, I'm not even tipsy, not even tipsy yet. Well, so, and also bearing in mind that I'm still not working much better. I've got my I have my stick. I think I've taken my walking stick rather than my frame. And they said, "Oh, let's go and do a photograph at the tree." You can imagine this is like 25 foot high. This tree, it's very huge. We're still in front of the tree, so taking photos, and there's her brother, half brother, full brother, and we're having a good time. We're talking. Anyway, this chappie comes over. Originally there was two of them. This guy comes over, and he's got this flat cap on. I remember it well because I thought, what's he on about? Because he was actually talking to me in English, and he had this official ID around his neck. Because I'm sort of a little bit gone, pain from walking around, and what he actually said to me was, "Are you okay?" A long time to realize what he was saying, not because I didn't understand it, but because I wasn't sure what he was trying to ask me. Was, am I okay? With Thai people that were with me, the woman and the man, and what it was, he was actually from the immigration sort of department and sort of homeland security type department. And what he was doing was, he was because there's quite a lot in Udon Thani there, and Khon Kaen, there's quite a lot of Farang. And what he was asking me was I okay? Was I okay? Was I being taken for a ride by these two? Did I need any help to get away from these two? And say to me. Anyway, no, I said, no, it's okay. She's my girlfriend and brother, so it's okay. No, and he said, okay, that's good. So it was very gratifying that somebody was looking out for stupid who were Thai people and possibly fleeced for everything they've got, even taken hostage. Maybe, I don't know exactly how bad it would have got. However, it was very, very pleasing to know that somebody was there for me. So so the rest of the night went for 3,000 baht for that, and they obviously can't have beer without food. food to go with it. Rest of the trip, mostly the same. Going to restaurants, going areas. One spoke really good English. Annoying things that they do, and you would never do it here in the UK, is that they would just drive your car. I always have a hire car from the Thai car rental. I always have it because I can't get around otherwise. Oh, Simon's got to go. All right, well, I'll catch up with you later, another time. He's on a promise, I think. So, yeah, I always have a car because otherwise you can't get around. And but they have this annoying habit. They just drive your car. They will say, "Have the keys." Drive the car. They don't worry about the insurance. They don't worry about the fact that you're going to be liable if they crash. So in the beginning, I was okay with it. You know, I was thinking, oh, what can I do about it? You know, it's like, well, okay, yeah. But later on in the 2 years, I didn't let people drive my car because I just thought, well, I was told that they can drive the car if they giving their details to the they can easily be covered for it. But the problem is that some of the driving licenses, so legally they couldn't drive anyway, but they do. And so this young chappie who spoke really good English drove the car, and we went off down rounds. We went off, you know, various places, and a really good time. One of the interesting places that we went to, we actually had to get, I think it was on in the first trip when we were in Udon. We had to get a tuk-tuk from the hotel, and we wanted to go to this temple. We went on this tuk-tuk, and it was a laugh. He drove literally miles down these roads and this country lanes and stuff like that. And in the end, he went around with us and showed us the temple, and it was quite reasonable actually for the whole trip, because we were out there for 2 or 3 hours, and it was only about 800 baht. So pretty good price. And he even took us back to the hotel of a temple. But that was, I had the car because that was the first trip I didn't have the car. I had no idea about driving in Thailand. You know, basically whatever really. So from December, I had a hire car and used the airport from there. But I didn't have any problem. I didn't have any problem with driving. Any problem with driving in Thailand. I think the main thing is that having driven in the UK for many years and done advanced driving as well, I felt really confident nothing would happen. Touch wood, it hasn't happened yet. I do get stopped a lot though. Roadblocks, which is Konken to Udon. They have regular roadblocks. every Thai policeman thinks every Farang about football. So they ask you about Liverpool. You know Ronnie. No, I don't actually, not personally. But you can probably tell I've done videos about that, so you can go and watch those videos if you wish. Thailand Series 2 and 3, pretty much, you know. I mean, which trip was the best? I actually liked my third trip, which was April. This was the trip this is the trip where I was before that trip with December trip, because I said earlier I had decided that we were going to get married. We were going to do that. We were going to do the visa and everything else. And so the agency guy arranged for the marriage in Bangkok. He arranged for all of that. Actually, that's a very interesting story there. That if you are going to get married, then this is what you're going to have to go down to Bangkok, go to your embassy. You have done. You have to get your they have to do you a that says that you can get married, and you have to take that registry office and fill in loads of forms, and then you get married in the registry office legally everywhere. Not only is it legal, it's illegal in the UK. How long had I known her before you got married? Was San Diego. I met her in October, so that was months of conversation and 2 trips. I was, you could say I was either naive, stupid, or in love and just ridiculously putting both feet into a situation that everybody said wouldn't work, and whatever, really. You know, I mean, you listen to people, you'll never do anything at all, because everybody has an opinion, everybody's idea is different. I wasn't really that bothered. I will tell you this, that the October trip, I would say, is a last-ditch trip, because I wasn't sure if I would ever walk again. I had severe clinical depression for 3 months. I had no prospects. My business had obviously stopped. I was in severe crisis. I was in not only bodily and mentally, I was like financially up the creek without the paddle. So it was a sort of last DF of a lifetime, because I didn't even know if I was going to go anywhere ever again. But the idea of meeting somebody back to the UK, living with them happy ever after, was perhaps a big dream. And you know what they say, people say, if you could do it all again, the answer would be, I would go to Thailand and I would look for ladies, but I probably wouldn't go down the route of getting married, trying to do the visa so quick. I think there's lots of things to do with that that could have benefited from a bit more time. So, but I still think I would have gone to Thailand, would have gone looking for partners, whether it was her or somebody else, I don't. But yeah, last ditch, the idea of going again for the third time in April 2015. We were already married. This was going back for the Thai wedding. Yes. So the Thai wedding. The first thing you need to know about that is there is an expectation. If you're going to do it, some families don't worry about it, but there is a reason for it. Families like about the wedding is that they get money. The problem is that what we didn't was talk about the money aspect of it way before anything started, because I think that if you are going to date a Thai lady, you can either say, I'm not paying you all ever, and do what this other people are doing, and you may as well say, well, why am I going to Thailand to meet a Thai lady if I'm not going to my culture? And then some people will tell you that the sinsod, the dowry thing, and why should you pay? The third way, which is it's traditional, it's part of the Thai wedding, and is to compensate the family for the loss of a person who is earning money for the family and the mum and dad. So about that is your choice. I was there to embrace the culture and the whole thing. I didn't have a problem with it. What I did have a problem with was when we discussed it. Basically, in January, when just before we got married, well, just around the time we got married, with agent with the translation. So the not you with a price. It could be, yeah, quite right, Ryan. You don't pay if they were married before you came along. Well, my wife was not married, so thing about that. But the may get asked can vary. I was told by anything, it could have been a lot more than what I paid. It could have been 1 million baht. It wouldn't have got paid, mind you, because I did pay was 250, and that was way out, nearly over my budget. That was concerned, but I was happy to pay it. We were getting married. I was thinking that we're going to get a visa, and then she's going to come to the UK, and we're going to live happy ever after. Yeah, as it turned out, that's not what happened. So we got the 250 5,000. Should have bunged in a few cows. That would have done it. So the money, the good thing was the money was to pay for the wedding as well as the dowry. So there was no extra payout. And as some of you, I was married before for 16 years. Because of various reasons, which I'm not going to talk about, but what I will say is that money, I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm not stupid in that department. I know what weddings are like, but I will tell you this: that this Thai wedding has, and I've had two of them. So, but this one was by far the best wedding ever, and we had 250 guests, 10. I get about 10 or 20 tables, and it was a sit-down meal. We had a karaoke. No, I didn't sing. It was a wedding of a lifetime. So, if you just take the monetary value of it, wedding, I believe pounds. And what they did was the two paid for it, so it was half each. So if you think about that, £4,000, and then I know it was a long time ago, but that's not the point. The point is that I didn't really enjoy that wedding. That wedding was boring. This one, the Thai wedding, was brilliant. Well worth doing and really enjoyable. So if you are doing that, it's an idea, but it's all about you've got to pay out money for such. Yeah, the money does go to the family though, so you are helping the family. What I will say on that subject is that I know couples, and they live here, they paid, but then the family gave them. There is a slight difference in how that works, because their family of my friend are actually more wealthy. They're actually well off. My are very, very poor. They really struggle from day to day. Why? I don't know whether it's deliberately or whatever, but the females go off and sign up for the agency in the hope of finding a very rich farang. But to be fair to my wife, I told her from day one that I didn't have any money. I was very poor, and at the time, suffering from an operation. I wasn't even sure that I would be able to walk again. So I was completely from the beginning. And she said to me, "That's okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." Ryan says, "I enjoy my single life status too much. Each to their own. 13 years was enough for me." Yeah, well, don't really enjoy being alone. But then when you're with somebody, you don't really like being with them. Can't win really. So having quite good, because you can talk to them on the messenger, and then that's it. Get on with your life. So best of both worlds, I think. No, I'm only joking. It's long distance relationship is not very good at all. Yeah, I really don't like this idea of being apart. This have meant that we are living 6,000 miles away for the foreseeable future. Incidentally, so April came, and at the beginning of the month, we had talked to the agent, and we wanted to get a visa. Now, bear in mind that we were married in January, February, March, April, so we had 4 months of marriage before we had the visa. So we had to arrange that. We had to fill in the paperwork online. Well, he did that, and then an appointment come through. This is in Bangkok. This is the VFS Global building. They're like I suppose they're like an agency that the government pay. The brief is, we don't want anybody to come to the UK, so make sure that you applications really thoroughly. So they do. They ring you up and they ask you stupid questions like, which side of the bed? I mean, what the WTF? I know that. I don't know, but anyway, that's the sort of question they ask. And they asked the lady this, not me, because I'm not making the application. She is. At the beginning, we went to see him, and then he got this appointment for the end of April to go to Bangkok. And obviously, we had to go down there. We had to pay him more money. So we paid for the wedding, we paid for the visa, we paid for yeah. Oh, that's another thing about that. Just remind me about that, will you? The money from my wife for the agency. Just somebody put it down there. Just remind me. So we go off to Bangkok. We have to go down the night before because it's an early that we have to go to. So we're in the hotel, and this effing hotel has no lift. The effing third floor. Doing my nut because the agent booked it, and you're a twat because you can see that I can hardly walk, and you booked a third floor. I mean, that's stupid. Anyway, you can't say nothing to him because he just gets very upset. But anyway, we managed. We got them to give us another room lower down, second floor, third floor. So next morning, we have to go off to the VFS Global and we go by taxi, right? It's bedding down with bloody rain so much that it's flooded, right? The roads are flooded. There's so much water on the road, you may as well have a boat. It's that bad. In boat, anyway, the taxi driver stopped. He said, I'm not going down there. Mind, it's coming down in buckets and it's too deep in water, maybe half a block to go. He said, get another taxi. So we get out of this taxi and into this other building, flag down another taxi to go maybe half a block. Anyway, we get there. We get to this building. We walk in the building, and when you go into the VFS Global offices, there's a reception downstairs near to a sort of a cafe. So, and we've got our appointment letter time, and apparently the place that you have to go is on the 28th floor, and there is a lift, luckily. So we walk over there, and I'm walking with my stick. She hands over the and then they look at me and they go, sit down. And I thought, what? Why do I want to sit in the bloody cafe? I'm going up with my wife. I've been told that I can go into the interview with my wife. I said, no, I go up. I go up. She said, no, you sit. I thought, argue with her. Anyway, I sat there. I sat there for about 5 minutes, enough time for my missus to go up. And then when she wasn't looking, I went round the back and up in the lift, because I thought, I'm not letting them get away with it. It's a deliberate tactic so that they can refuse. It's common. You'll find that if you go into the do things to refuse, and that's one of them, is to make sure that you're not together. Anyway, by the time I get up there, she's already been in and going to photocopy some passport or whatever. And I said, luckily I'd given her some money because she had to pay for that. Luckily I'd given her some money downstairs. We knew about it. It wasn't a surprise, but I was going to pay up there. Luckily I'd given her some money because otherwise she wouldn't be able to pay. So she's photocopying. Anyway, I start to walk over towards her, and this security woman or bloke comes over. He goes, sit down. I said, no, wait here. I said, I go in with wife. No, you wait here. Anyway, she gone back in. So I was fuming. I was really fuming because Farang and Thai couple, and children, and they go straight in together. All of them together. So they really pissed me right off with that. Anyway, luckily, the vision was okay, and it was put in through it on her own, which I was, you can imagine, a bit annoyed about. Anyway, to do is what would happen is that, or rather, they will VFS Global I'm not sure if it's VFS Global Immigration, but one of the two, they make this phone call to the Thai lady. And the objective of this is to find any reason to refuse. Okay, and they have tactics that they use, and I told you one of them. One of them is asking which side of the bed do you sleep. Another one is, what is the name of your husband's parents? Right? Considering that she hardly speaks English and visitor visa, it's not a residency visa, it's a single visit, right, where you don't need to speak English. You to know my parents' names. So if you're out there, and you're married, do you know your spouse's parents' names? You probably do. You've known them, all right? My wife has known me only for 6 months. She doesn't know my family. She's never met them, and she's never seen. I don't know, Ryan. My stream is breaking up a little. Is my Wi-Fi slow? It probably is. Virgin Blue Yonder. And if I go use a swear word, it'll be SH1T, because it is. Sorry about that if you're having trouble with picture and things. But the idea, she's supposed to know the names of my parents. But luckily for us, when they called, phone rang and then died. And we suspect them. They didn't phone back. Luckily for us, a week later, the agent tells us that the visa has been approved and we need to go and get it. Bearing in mind that I already have my air flight, pick up visa and the passport, and then we try and get ticket. So her nephew's friend has a travel agent. There's a travel agent, and we go there, and you would really be quite shocked. I actually looked online, and there was no space anywhere. You couldn't get a seat. She looked up on my flight. Oh yeah, there's a seat. Where would you like to sit? Would you like to sit? Me. So she sat on both legs. I mean, is that suspiciously coincidental or something else? I don't know. Anyway, we got to London, and as far as the visit's concerned, she was here from April until October, and then went back in October 2015. So that is basically takes you up in the first year of the relationship with a Thai lady. Russell, was it the 6 month? Was the 6 month tourist visa? Apparently the easiest thing to get, allegedly, but not the second time. If you try and do it again, you're up the creek with them. And also, it doesn't help that circumstances are the agent doing the form wrong, and a few other things that happened along the way. So what was that thing I was going to mention? Somebody didn't write it down. You didn't write down what I said. Oh, money with the agent. I'll answer your question in a minute. But just going back to the wedding. This is something that my wife's sister's boyfriend, the doctor, doesn't know, and I'm not sure if I should tell him, but whatever. Anyway, what they have is they have the ladies have an agreement with the agent, and what they agree, the agent, 50,000 baht, and it was actually quite a bigger shock to me. I heard about it was my wife telling me that the agent is demanding money from her. Got it. And I said, well, why is he demanding money from you? And she goes, I don't know. I've no idea. And if you were here at the beginning of the stream, you'll know that I was talking about Thai ladies and the characteristics that you can expect, experience. And one of them was telling lies, quite a big lie. And all in all, it actually ruined my relationship with the agent, because up until then it was okay. You know, I didn't have anything against him, and it seemed okay. But the point is that you full well that this there was a legal thing. When I had a go at him, I said, look, what's this money for? Money from my wife. Why haven't you told me about this money? He turned around to me and said, it's none of your effing business what I do with your wife. I said, why? She hasn't got any money. I'm going to pay it. Ah, well, this is where you're wrong. Isn't any of your business. This is a legal between me and the lady. If they want to tell you, then they will. Ask you for help, they will. But out, because it ain't none of your business, basically, is what he's done. And then we sat there, and he said to her, got his wife to tell her, translate, I have a problem with the money. And she turned around and said, no. So remember that thing about lying? That to me was my first horrific shock. Culture and the background towards how ladies can be. And I was very, very upset because I'd made a complete arse of myself. This chap's friendship, as it were, I was really embarrassed because I really, anyway, the idea is that the ladies to save up the money that Farhan gives them and pay it out of that, or they can pay it out of the dowry, which is what happened. They had to pay 50,000 out of the dowry money. So I don't know whether I want to tell him or not, but whatever, really. It's going to happen again. The typical time, nothing changes. Yeah. When we talk about that, we talk about it's all about the money. It's very, very disappointing because my whole reason for looking towards Thailand was my job being sort of Chinese related, and the fact that Thais are Buddhist. You can sort of argue the toss that what I do is sort of Buddhist, yeah. Was Buddhism as a way of living, the typical characteristics are no drinking, bad stuff, and certainly no lying or deceitful behavior, and certainly no interest in monetary gain. So good Thai, they drink, they fornicate, and they covet money. Towards Buddhism, and yeah, you're right. Farang generally means ATM machine, which is okay if you have the money and bounce it. Fine. If I had the money, I would give her every penny I had. Don't have any, so this is where the conflict comes, I'm afraid. But there's nothing I can do about that until I get a new income from somewhere, or I win the lottery, or whatever, really. I don't know. Nothing's going to be different unless it happens. The idea of time was that perhaps they might not be that interested in money or drinking. Unfortunately, I was wrong, and they are. So again, if I knew everything I know now, back then, I probably would still come, but I probably would not have done everything I've done, and I would have done it with the full knowledge that currently at the point of the first year. So I'm going to leave it there as far as the story is concerned, because that we are on. It's been a long time. I'm getting sore throat, and I'm sure you're now really. But if you do have any questions, then before we go, then stick them down there. Oh, sorry, Ryan. I did forget your question. Oh, yeah, may as well talk about that. What was our first impressions of London, England? To be fair, it's like, I think she was shell-shocked. It's a totally different culture. It wasn't that warm. She had very little English at the time. Everybody here, but that is another story, because briefly last time, in the fact that consideration, what I did consider it for my wife when she came here was I got family photos done, blown up and framed, and they're in the bedroom up on the wall. I got the big Buddha, and I've got a picture of content, not the main temple there, Nong Wen. I got a picture of that done in there, and made inquiries as to try and find some people, some couples here who live it not far away from me, and in actual fact they are lovely people, and in the end we went out with them many times, and it gave talk to but to be fair, I'm still working, so I was still trying to work that summer, trying to build up my business again, and I wasn't doing a very good job. But anyway, we did manage to go around London, and we went to Liverpool and Manchester, and a few other places, a few other like touristy things. It was really cold that year. I mean, even the very first day that we were here, she only had flip-flops and no jacket. Go down to the shop straight away to buy some shoes, because all she had was these flip-flops, and then we had to buy her a coat. It was quite expensive for the first week. And, what we're going to eat? I've been to our usual, some veg and stuff, and some chicken. And I thought we cook. So I did some cooking, but she said, Thai stuff, you haven't got any Thai food or any Thai, you know, OXO cubes, basically the Thai version of it. I said no. So the friend from down the road said, there's a shop in Bath, so we'll take you over there. You can buy some Thai food and that. So we went over there, and 80 quid later, she comes back with all this Thai food, Thai stuff. I mean, to be fair, and in Thai food every day, a week and a half actually. But as far as the UK is concerned, I think that she could take it or leave it, and I think that my impression would be that she would leave it. I don't think she liked it that much. I know she said that she wanted to be here with me. That's all that matters. You know, living here is not important. It's who you're with, and so I think that was the bit that really stuck. But she had a first 4 months because homesick, and she was talking to family on the internet, on Messenger. She was talking to them on my tablet. She had Thai on the tablet. She was watching handball, what do they call it, volleyball, on the tablet. So she was happy with that. Of course, I've got all CDs with Thai music on, so we had plenty of music going. By the time the end of the 6-month period came, I think she was ready to go home. Planning to come back. You know, we were planning for the end of it at the beginning. But she I don't prefer to live in Thailand, but take first priority. How would that work out in Khon Kaen? Well, again, I think I get really good treatment, but you wouldn't get it free. I mean, whether what I'm getting now is any good, I don't know, because I'm not getting anything. And the problem is that you follow this story, then the next episode, which will have to be next time, about the next visa, which we were trying to get so that she could come here and look after me while I had another operation. They need another operation because the actual now is not no good. But I can't do it because she's not here. I absolutely refuse to go through it all on my own again and end up and unable to walk. I really cannot go through that again. Really wanted her to come, and but of course now it's too late, and I've lost spot in the queue. It'll be 2 years more or whatever. Or I could go to Thailand if I had the money. I could go there and I could have it done, but it would cost a fair packet. And of course, then you've got the language problem, and of course, as you well know, if you have watched my my third series, you'll know that I went to get a driving license, and they refused to do it because I had no medical records there. Those, because I have no idea why. But so I can see that there would be a problem with going to Thailand to live, my medical things done. So it's all very difficult. We are in a situation where, yes, we have another year of the story yet. We got another year of that. But there isn't, I will sort of say this, there's probably not a happy ending. And it would make a very good video series for Simon, I think. But again, I'm not sure if I wanted to share everybody, but you know, I think I would have. So if there's any more questions, then please ask them. I think I'm probably going to wrap it all up. And we've done quite well. We've done hours. And this is dead. I'm going to have some more. I hope you've enjoyed today. I've enjoyed it. It's been a bit of a change. Hopefully, we'll do another live stream. And if you remind me, we will do the year. And at first, I was afraid. I was petrified, thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong. And I learned how to get along. And so you're back from outer space to find you here with that sad look on your face. I should have changed that stupid lock. I should have made you leave your key. And for just 1 second, you'd be back to bother me. Go on now, go. Walk out the door. Now, welcome anymore. Try me. Do you think I'd crumble? Do you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. Can I get a round of applause? Blow your right. Oh, you're too kind. Really happy that you've all enjoyed that. Thank you very, very much for joining me and listening to my drivel, because I do talk too much and talk a lot of crap. I hope there's been something there for you. If not, then let me know and we'll talk about it next time. Good old, oh, there's the window. Good old glorious sunshine. And thank you, San Diego. Thank you, Ryan. And Jamie. Thank you very much. And Ryan. I have a little rest. I'm going to watch some TV and to go back to one class in the afternoon. And then back onto YouTube. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye for now. And 3, 2, and 1.